So Lit Mobile just sent me.
There we go. Hi. There. I wasn't saying anything important. Okay. So, hello. And Vince. Oh, bye, Mr. Man.
Goodbye.
Vince is removing the animals from here. And bye. So that we can be alone together and do some fun painting stuff. So, yeah, I have my allergies are kind of kicking in again today. I feel like I can't catch breath, so sometimes if I stop and I'm just like, it's because I feel like I'm going to pass out if I don't stop like every 10 breaths or so and take like a huge breath. So, today is, if you've never been to one of these before, it is our live painting event. And usually, well, we do it two different ways. Sometimes I just kind of paint off the top of my head, and then sometimes an inhaler. I don't think it's quite that bad. It's just because my sinuses are, they're just like swollen. So I just can't get a big breath unless I breathe through my mouth, and I don't breathe through my mouth. Except when I need a breath. Sometimes I paint just kind of off the top of my head and we see what happens. Sometimes I kind of let you guys direct me and I'll ask you for suggestions. And so today I thought maybe we'd kind of do just a little bit of an in-between thing, something like that. I'll kind of ask for suggestions, and then I'm probably gonna, follow inspiration where it takes me. So yeah, I'm open to everything. Let's see, what do we have today? I have all of my paints. I painted something for next week. If you were here yesterday, you know that I was kind of like, guys, I don't know if we're gonna have a painting next week because I'm not very good at my job. But we do. We have a painting for next week. And as soon as we're done here, I got to get to editing. It's a beast, a mega beast. My unedited footage, and there's going to be a lot that's cut out, but my unedited footage is like 3.5 hours long. So it's going to be a long video. It won't be 3.5 hours, but it will probably be 2 hours, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, unleash the beast at 20 after. I sure will. You know it. Okay. I did get inspired. I think it's based on an image that I've actually been wanting to do for a long time. I've had this image. I've downloaded it from Pixabay several times. I actually did start working on it 2 years ago. But I feel like my skills weren't really up to par then, and I was really like trying to micromanage everything with it. And so I really failed at it. It looked really horrible. It was really tight and just not great. But yeah, so I'm really happy with how it turned out. And I'm glad that I finally got it out. It's like I said, I've been wanting to do it for a long time. I perform best under insane pressure. That's probably not far from the truth. And that happens a lot. I'm like, we're probably not going to have a video. I don't know what to paint. And then like at the 0 hour, I'm mad dashing painting something that I'm in love with. And that's really cool and exciting and everything, but it sucks too because it causes me so much stress. It's so stressful. Yay, Jennifer can be there this Tuesday. Good. You want to see now, Sylvie? You can't wait 14 minutes. All right, let me show you what we have today. So I have a bunch of things. I have all of my paints, my matte medium, all of that, all my brushes, so we can really kind of play around and do anything you want. What I do have here is a couple different options. I've got my Cantone canvases. I've got a couple of the cappuccino ones left, and then this blue kind of slate color. Or I thought something that could be really fun, because I've mentioned it to you guys before, but I don't think we've ever done it together, is painting on cardboard. I love to paint on cardboard. First of all, it's got a nice color to it, right? I mean, it's just like painting on a toned canvas, right? So you don't have to worry about an underpainting unless you want to change it, and then you can add underpainting. It's, it's paper, so cardboard, so it absorbs moisture. So it accepts the paint really nicely, but it's got a nice smooth texture. So cardboard is just kind of a fun thing to paint on. Yes to cardboard. We have one yes to cardboard. Do I have two? Two yes to cardboard. I was going to do like an auctioneer thing, but I can't talk that fast. Exactly, Jennifer. Everybody gets Amazon boxes. So one of the reasons that I wanted to paint on cardboard also is because there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I can't paint anything. I'm all out of canvas. You don't need canvas. You can paint on cardboard. You can paint on anything, really. I have a friend who paints on glass. Paint on anything. But, we always get those Amazon boxes that are way too big for whatever you ordered. Just cut them up and paint on them. I always have a stack of cardboard like that I like to paint on. I like the corrugated cardboard, the thicker cardboard, better because it doesn't warp as much. You do see the corrugated. It does have the lines on it, but it's part of the charm of painting on cardboard. Canvas has the little weave on it. Everything has its own, texture. So, yep, the walls, wood, the floor, paint on all of it. Just paint. It doesn't matter what you're painting on. Okay, let's do that. We will paint on some cardboard. What are we going to paint on cardboard? The other day, yesterday, people were saying creepy stuff. Do we want creepy stuff? Do we want to do Halloween style stuff? Yeah, cats like cardboard boxes. Hello, Sam. Water. Yes, creepy. Creepy cardboard. Oh, hello, Rhonda. Sorry if I missed any of you guys. Yes, creepy. Wow, lots of creepy. Hello, Kelly. Okay. Let me meditate on this for a moment. What is going to be creepy? Give me some ideas, guys. A ghost boat. Creepy boat with colors. Creepy tree, of course. Let me, I don't have my phone. I don't know where my phone went. I was gonna, oh no, I do have it. Look at a boat in Louisiana swamps. So many of these things I have to look up reference photos for, guys. Like, I live in the desert. I don't know what boats look like. For reals. Oh, let's see. The dangly stuff. All right, let's look up swamp. That was an interesting one. Keep throwing the ideas out. I'm not saying them all out loud, but I am reading them all as I am looking at images. Campfire in the swamp. That sounds like a bad idea to me. There's alligators out there. Ugh. Alligators gross me out. Like, they're scary too, but they gross me out. Cindy, do you have alligators where you live? I mean, I know you do, but like, do you see them at your house? I saw Cindy there, didn't I? What are those trees called with the dangly bits? I have no idea. I have no idea what that even is, Jennifer. Oh, no. No, it's not a weeping willow. The Spanish moss. Yeah. Yeah, the Spanish moss. But don't they, what are the trees that grow in the swamp with the big, like, at the bottom and then it always has the Spanish moss on it? Hello, Sharon. I was trying to use Pexels, but Pexels always has like a mangrove or a cypress, a gross swamp tree. Michelle speaks my language. Yeah, so I was trying to use Pexels. Do you guys ever use Pexels? But sometimes it just feels like hipster photography. Everything's like white and minimal and just very hipster. I don't need that. Oh man, a swamp is going to be hard, you guys. All right, we're just going to start because sometimes if I, a button bush, I have no idea what that is. Yeah, we're going to have to do something like that because if I am presented with too many options, I seize up. I'm like, my brain kind of like backfires. All right, I'm going to start off with my typical thing that I do. I am going to try for creepy trees with drippy bits and fogginess and maybe swampiness, but I'm going to kind of let it go where it takes me. So I'm going to start with my famous scribbling that some of you love and some of you hate. So let's see, I'm going to use my 1/2 inch. And as soon as I get done scribbling out a composition, I'll show you guys next week's painting. And hopefully you like it. I'm really happy with it. I do feel like I kind of rushed on a little bit of it. So there's a couple of parts where I'm like, oh, I wish I would have taken more time on that. But overall, I really like it. Overall, I'm really happy with it. Payne's Gray and some matte medium. And yeah, too many traces is not a good thing. So for those of you who haven't seen my scribbly thing before, I don't do it a lot in public videos because I think a lot of people will kind of come undone, but I do it for you guys a lot. What I like to do, especially when I'm not positive what it is that I'm going to paint, is I'll take my 1/2 inch and just the corner and I scribble out a composition. I keep in mind the rule of thirds. So remember, the rule of thirds says I'm going to break this canvas into thirds kind of this way. Let's see, about like that. So I have about 3 equal sections here and about 3 equal sections here. And where those sections meet, those are the 4 interesting points on your canvas. So you want to put your subject matter, the part you really want to have attention, you want to put it on one of those sections. So like, you know, right here, or even just right here, whatever. So that's kind of where I start. So I kind of feel like I want kind of have my ground in there. Maybe we'll have like a little, like a clump of trees here, something going on there. Maybe some low distant something. All right. What do we think? Is that a good composition? There are going to be drippy bits. Absolutely drippy bits. All right. So, composition, and it's almost 20 minutes after. So I'll go ahead and show you next week's painting. Right, meow. Composition is something that you really it should be the very first thing you think about. You know, how do I want to lay this out? And the rule of thirds, it's not like a hard and fast rule. It's a rule. You can break it. I like to use it to start with. It doesn't mean that I always follow it. Sometimes I go, bah, rule of thirds, and my subject goes straight in the middle. But I always start with that and kind of compare my idea to the rule of thirds and then make adjustments from there. So you can do whatever you want, but it's a good way to start to just get your idea. So I get rid of this gum. For some reason I was thinking maybe a piece of gum would help me breathe. I don't know why I thought that that would be the case, but I did. Okay. Okay, so next week, it is, like I said, it's going to be a sponsored video for Fredrix. I mean, they all are, but we're doing, this is a special canvas. It's the Ultra Smooth. They are very, very nice canvases, guys. This canvas was, it was like painting on butter. I don't actually mean on butter, but I mean, you know, it was so smooth and so lovely that I'm like, oh, maybe I should start painting on these instead. But no, I still do love my texture, but I may paint on these occasionally. So this is the Ultra Smooth, and it is a 16 by 20 because I think because they're new, they only make them in a few sizes. So 16 by 20 was the closest thing to the 12 by 16. Yeah, these are the blue label. So these are their higher end canvases. And we will be doing a giveaway for these. I'm not sure of the details yet. I need to contact my Fredrix guy and find out. So I don't know how many, but unfortunately it will be open to the US only because shipping a box of canvases is extraordinarily expensive. Probably costs more than the canvases themselves, and these are the expensive canvases. Ooh, Blair Witch. Yeah. I love Blair Witch. Sam, I'm right there with you. Yeah, so here's what we're doing next week. No, Cindy, Fredrix is nothing like anything from Michaels. That even their cheap ones, They're miles beyond anything I've ever used from Michaels. I haven't bought any Michaels canvas since. So this is for next week. Can you see it? I don't know how to get it to where you can see it properly, guys. I'm sorry. There. Is that better? Okay. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Ta-da! I used every color on this. But as always, you know, the colors are not important. I want you to use whatever you want to use. Any colors at all. Nope, no palette knife. Nope. But the colors that I did use, I used burnt umber, burnt sienna, quinacridone magenta, phthalo blue, cad yellow medium, Payne's gray, titanium white, unbleached titanium white, and gold. But yeah, any colors you want to do is perfectly okay. Any size, there's no gridding, there's no tracing. Yeah, so any size you want to do. Sound good? They did too, Kelly. Stop it. They were super cute. I saw them this morning. I thought they were way cute. What didn't you like about them? The gold, you know, if you want to put gold on there, do it. I had it and I thought, oh, that might be fun. But, you know, nothing is ever required at all. At all. Oh, Sam, sad. No, the bananas were cute. Okay, let's start on this. Let's get ready for our color mixing, our color mixing challenge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use white, of course, because you got to have white sometimes. Payne's gray. I might use black since we're doing a creepy painting. But I'm going to use a blue, a red, and a yellow. And the blue, the red, and the yellow are going to be the only colors I use. If I need a brown, I have to mix it with those. But also, I'm picking a blue, a red, and a yellow because we're going to do something fun with a blue, a red, and a yellow as soon as we do our live video where we get ready for our color mixing month. So that's going to be my red. Quinacridone Burnt Orange is going to be my red. I'm going to use, what is this? It's pretty hot. I don't want to use it. I don't want to use a color that hot. What is that? Nope. Please stand by, guys. I'm digging into the box. No clowns. No. You see a clown on my canvas? There better not be a clown. I don't do clowns. Ugh. Yuck. I use a lot of Indanthrene. Let's use Prussian. Just because I don't ever use it and I have it. And my paint box is so massive now. It used to be pretty empty, but now it's super full. If you're going to paint along with me today, I want you to just pick a red, a blue, and a yellow. If you don't have the red, the blue, and the yellow that I'm using, that is okay. No, that's transparent. I want opaque. that's transparent. Where's my yellow oxide? I'll just go easy and do yellow oxide. Maybe. There we go. Okay. Okay. So, do you guys ever do that when you're painting? Like, I mean, if you're painting a video that I've done and I tell you to do it, you probably do. But, you know, if you're painting, do you just automatically get red, blue, and yellow and then trust that you can make your colors from that? Oh, this is the Quinn red orange, not the burnt orange. I was going to say, that looks a little different than I remember Quinn burnt orange to look. So, with those three colors, you can make any color you want. I mean, within reason. I probably won't be able to make a bright purple with any of these colors, but I can make a purpley color. I did kind of pick dark and kind of off colors, so colors that skew one way or the other. So this is not a primary blue, it's a very warm, or it's a very cool blue. It's got a little bit more purple to it. Likewise, this red is very orange. This yellow is very neutralized. It's got a little blue, it's got a little red. So let's do that. I'm going to use Fuzzbert. What are you talking about, tags? What tags are you talking? Oh, on the bottles? I don't care about that. You got to learn how not to be bothered by things that don't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't care about that. Not one bit. Okay, let's start by laying in the distance. So I kind of picture this as being, I don't know, I've never been to a swamp. So I don't know if where there are swamps, there are also mountains in the distance. But in my world, there's going to be some mountains in the distance. And I'm going to say they're distant mountains by the color that I'm using. So mountains in the distance, they're going to be much paler. So you're going to want to put some white in there. And also they're going to be much cooler. So even if you're like, that mountain has lots of green grass on it. Well, if it's way off in the distance, make it purple. So some Prussian blue, some yellow. No, I didn't want yellow. What am I doing? Prussian blue and red. We'll get as close to a purpley color as we can. Look at that. Prussian blue and Quinn red orange make a very dark chromatic black. And I'm going to mix some white in there. Let's get a little extra blue in. There we go. I'm just going to scratch in my mountains. Let's throw a little bit more red in there. Just for some variation. Guys, feel free to yell and ask questions. If you lose me for a minute because I'm engrossed in the painting, I'll be back. And if I didn't see whatever you said to me while I was gone, just shout it out again once you know I'm back. It's just kind of that gray color. I'm going to even pick up just a little bit more white. Kind of scatter it at the horizon here, at the base. Okay, I think I'm just gonna go into my Payne's Gray. I was just checking on chat to see if I was missing anything good. I'm going into my gray. I'm still going to pick up that same color, but I'm just going to pull a little more gray into it. Let's start working on what we want to be water. So it's a little darker too, a little heavier concentration of the color. Medium, a little more blue. Actually, I think I'm going to go in and start mixing a little yellow in there. Start greening the color a little bit, because as it comes closer to us, it does get a little bit of that green into it. It gets a little bit warmer. I have no idea what I'm doing here, guys. This is quite possibly going to turn out really, really bad. So I'm just warning you in the first place. If it's bad, please still love me, and we'll do another one. I like the green that I get from the Prussian and yellow oxide. But also there's that red in it still, so. If you're going to paint on cardboard, you probably need a little extra water, because the cardboard is so very absorbent. Okay, I'm gonna go to my, I don't know what this is. Number, doesn't even have a number on it. This one's blank. Oh, this is my old number 5. I think I've done some scrubbing with it. Haven't cleaned it properly, so this brush is kind of, he's seen better days. I'm gonna get some Payne's Gray and some blue and some white. Maybe not that much white. And we're gonna pull this horizon that I made here, where the horizon kind of meets the horizon of the water meets the mountain. I don't feel like that is a very realistic expectation. So I'm gonna pull it closer to me, and I'm gonna pull it closer to me by, not by, you know, lowering it, but by adding some dark, some like little dark growy bits back here. So it pulls it a little bit closer. It doesn't look like this swamp goes right up against the mountain. It's still, you know, that's still quite at a distance, but it just separates it from the mountain a little bit. Pull a little bit of that land down into there. Another way we're saying that it's in the distance between us and the mountain is everything is shorter than the mountain. So what's going to be the closest to us is going to be over the mountain, if that makes sense. So like these trees, they'll be taller than what the mountain appears here, but these are between us. So they're still distant. A little matte medium. Just a hint of that color. Come on. Come on. Okay, there we go. A little matte medium, and I'm just very gently streaking down. And that will create just a hint of a reflection. As it gets closer to us, I'm going to throw some more Payne's Gray in there. And the trees can start to get taller. Maybe they can start coming up over the mountain. And I always wonder how my brushes get so scrubbed up and awful. It's because I do stuff like that with them. I like painting like this with you guys because, you know, when I'm making videos, I don't have a lot of opportunity to paint really the way that I want to paint. And I love to paint super sketchy and, you know, messy, and I like to just kind of feel what's happening rather than worry about, oh, does this look like what it's supposed to look like? Are my proportions correct? Is this fine? Are they going to like it? Are they going to hate it? Are they switching me off right now? You know, I don't like to think about all those things. But when I paint for you guys, I'm very happy. Because you guys don't, at least you don't tell me that you hate it when I paint sketchy like this. So that makes me feel good. Pulling some little bits. Sorry about that glare. I know I always say that, but I can never figure out how to get rid of it. I'll figure out close up here later. I'm not sure what's going on in there. Just blur that a little bit so it seems like there might be a reflection. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thank you. That makes me feel really happy. So there's kind of our little start to our swamp. I'm pretty sure that swamps don't have mountains in the distance, but that's what makes my swamp unique. Yay. I think I know what I want to do. No. Yeah. Yep, I do. I know what I want to do right here. So I'm going back to Fuzzbert because, you know, Fuzzbert. Well, thanks, Deborah. I'm going to get some matte medium. Maybe I'll grab just a hint of one of these colors that I used in the water. This is, see how thin that is? Almost no color there. And some white. And we're going to come in here. Just kind of sketch that white in there. Lightly, just back and forth. Let's mix up some more of that kind of, that green. I need some more of that green color. Okay. Not that green, a little more blue. A little white. I need some water. Sorry, I hope that wasn't too loud. It's interesting painting on cardboard when, you know, I haven't for a while. It's just really interesting how all of the surfaces, they all take paint so different. You know, painting on cardboard is absolutely nothing like even painting on gesso. It's just so different. I'm going to put some darker bits in there. I'm just mixing a little more blue into that green color. Kind of letting it go over the white in some places. It's pretty dry already. Yeah, I'm just kind of going with the flow right now. Am I at the Appalachians? I was told that it's not Appalachians. It's, somebody said, if you say Appalachian, I will throw an Appalachia. So it's Appalachia. I think that's weird. Just so different. Okay, I went back to my round because I just want to go bang on some of these white bits. Why am I putting white bits like that in the water? It's not very white bits. Maybe I'll have to let that dry for a minute. In the meantime, I can put some more land back there behind that part. So let's do that. And just a little bit. A little more red. Get that purple color that I used on the mountain again, because I have a hole in my mountain because I had planned on something else. There we go. I'm going to keep going with that. Whoa, that was a lot. I don't want that much white. I destroyed my mountains, you guys. I didn't. They'll survive. I think that's okay. Yeah, it just dries like almost as soon as it touches the canvas. But I think it's fun because it kind of forces you to work quicker and correct less, think less. Just do it, you know? So if you're someone who, you know, really gets down into the details of things and spends way too much time on little things, and you want to work on being a little bit quicker, then I think for sure try painting on cardboard, because you have to work quicker. Okay. Oh, I'm going to take a break from that for a second. Well, thanks, Sam. Not too bad, huh? Got to do the sky before we move on to anything else. What's a proverb? Oh yeah, paint over it. Always paint over it. Should we just keep going? Because I feel like, yeah, I feel like I'm on a roll. I want to stop and take a break, but I'm on a roll. So I'm back to Fuzzbert and I'm just picking up white. I think there's a little bit of something in there. I'm going to throw a hint of this yellow in there. A little bit of blue. Start outside. Oh, that's too bright. Let's put a little Payne's Gray in there too. Start outside of that color. And little scumbly bits to go into it. Let's keep going with that little blue, little panes. I'm not picking up any more white. There's still quite a bit of white on my brush. A little more panes. Just lay it down, then smooth it with your finger. Because you gotta do it quick. Just cut around the mountain a bit. Now, I don't have to go around in a circle anymore. I don't like painting around in a circle like that. Just scumble it and then smear it. So, are you guys excited for our color challenge? I'm super excited for it. Moon. Good, I'm glad you like that. Yep, just a quick one. Blur the edges. Get those edges blurred. I'm super, super excited for our color mixing challenge. You know, color mixing is my jam, man. I love to just take two colors and see what happens. Like in this painting, you guys, this should be a good example for those of you who are hesitant to color mix because, you know, you feel unsure or, you know, whatever. I used an orange and a blue and a yellow and really just whatever ones I happened to grab. I did not, well, I mean, I kind of went after them, but I tried to pick like the ugliest color combination of red, yellow, and blue that I could think of. Like colors that I'm pretty sure people would not just typically pick. And they work great together. You know, any color can work great with any color. You just have to be willing to try. Actually, that cadmium red orange, I've never even used that one before. So that was a totally new color for me. It was one of my clearance finds at Hobby Lobby when they were getting rid of them. And I have not used all of those paints yet. Cardboard smells weird when it gets wet. The other day, I was painting something on cardboard, or like a week ago or whatever. And I had the door shut in my studio. So, the rest of the house was shut out of my studio. And I was painting along and I was like, Vince must have just cleaned out the refrigerator. Because seriously, I was like, something is rotten in Denmark at my house. And I kept thinking, God, why isn't that smell going away? I don't hear him in the kitchen. He's got to be done taking out the garbage by now. And then I finished painting and I left the studio and out into the living room, and it didn't smell out there. And I was like, why did my studio stink so bad then? So I came back and I smelled the cardboard that I was painting on. I was like, oh, it's just that cardboard stinks really bad when it gets wet. So yeah, just be aware of that. That if you're painting along on your cardboard and you're like, ooh, it's the cardboard. But it will go away as soon as it's dry. Maybe there's some clouds. Can you see that? Just some little scribbly bit clouds. Maybe not even that much up there. That's too much. And I'm almost done with this sky, and then I'll take a break and come chat with you for a second. Heck yeah, I'm loving this one. I promise I'm going to try and bring back the swamp. Just some Payne's Gray there. It's pretty opposite of our moon, so nice and dark. All right. Oh yeah, that cardboard stinks. Oh yeah, a little bit like that, huh, Eileen? It's not an aromatherapy moment. Get you some aromatherapy going before you start painting on cardboard. Yeah, I've noticed that, Sam. I have a color, it might be indanthrene, that I'm like, ooh, that kind of... It's not like spray paint, but it reminds me of spray paint. See, guys, it's not my scribbly bits being magic. It's what happens when you loosen up and you just allow yourself to have scribbly bits. Scribbly bits are awesome. Scribbly bits can be so much fun and do so many fun things for your painting. Let me try and pick it up so that you can see it without that glare on it. And so far I'm really happy with it. That's not too bad. We haven't even been painting that long today. I want to touch up that moon, but I wanted it to dry first, and it's pretty much dry. So we'll touch up that moon in just a minute. Just go. I can't put a swamp tree there. Are you sure I can't? Are you sure I can't? Yeah, I can smell. It's just get very little air. Cancel the swamp. It does look cold, doesn't it? Oh, you guys are sweet. Oh, summer heat. I'm so done with it. These colors are working out great too. I'm really excited about this color combination. Yeah, I like it a lot. Ooh, Okay, let's go. I just had an idea. I think I need a little bit of black. Do I want black? Black is going to be so dark. It's going to be so obvious. I might use black in the foreground, but not in the midground. I have an idea for something in the mid. You guys are sweet. Thank you. But see what happens? You can start with no idea and just a random assortment of colors that are going to look totally ugly together. That's why I picked them. By the way, I don't think they look totally ugly together, but I picked them I was trying to make the ugliest red, blue, and yellow color combination I could. Okay, so this is going to be darker. I think maybe I will throw a little bit of this Prussian blue into it. And the tiniest pinpoint of white. Do I want to do that? Yeah, let's see what happens with that. Since this is going to be a darker and heavier color combination than anything else, and I'm putting it right here in the middle of the water, hopefully it will appear to be closer to us. We're going to kind of make like a little island or something here. A little islandy bit. I said that one on purpose for you guys. Usually you don't have to try to say those things. They just happen. A little more panes in there. Let's get matte medium. Just lay down some matte medium there. Smear it with my finger so we don't have a hard line on the bottom of this island. And then sideways a bit. Just kind of pull some and streak it. Okay. You're welcome for the randomy bit. Okay, let's see. I want my, where's my long, no. What do I want here? Oh, my number 2. Oh yeah, I had to get me a new number 2 because I've been scrubbing with my number 2. So I'm gonna have a Fuzzbert number 2 round pretty soon. So I had to get me a new round to take its place when I need detail. So I'm getting my Payne's Gray. It's just got a hint of Indanthrene or a Prussian blue in it. And I'm going to come in here kind of where I put the reflections. I can add more reflections if I need. And I'm going to start kind of adding some little Can you guys see that okay? Bye, Donna. Thanks for hanging out with us. Let's get some over here too. Maybe a larger one. Ooh, see? Up over the mountain. Putting it up over the mountain, making it nice and dark. All of those things are going to help it be closer to us. So just remember little things like that. It's little things, you know, if something is supposed to be close to you, it should go above the horizon. If something is far from you, maybe it doesn't necessarily go above the horizon. Let's see, we don't want those all the same length. Let's get one right here, maybe a little straighter. Okay. And I'm going to come in here and just kind of start tapping some little bits on it. Almost scribbling. It's really kind of a scribble, but like barely touching the canvas. Those are too far away to have too drippy, but you can get a little bit of drippage in there. Probably should have planned those colors a little bit better because that doesn't stand out real well. That's okay though. I think I can separate it well enough in just a minute here. Let's grab a tiny bit of white, because if this is facing our moonlight and it's close to us, we might see a bit, some highlights in there, and that will be a good way that I can kind of separate that. Yeah, I like that. Come on, I need dark. That was too light. There we go. We'll just put a tiny bit on these ones over here. Oh, that was way more than a tiny bit. I don't know. I have no idea how archival. I mean, acrylic paint is acrylic paint. It's not going to degrade just because it's on cardboard versus paper versus anything else. I would say that the cardboard is not as archival as canvas. The cardboard is going to disintegrate long before canvas does. But I honestly, when I'm painting, things like that don't matter to me at all, because I'm not painting trying to, you know, create a legacy where my paintings are going to last for 1,000 years, be on display in some museum somewhere. I'm painting for the enjoyment of it. And if that means that I'm painting on non-archival surfaces, my painting is very impermanent, and that's what it means. Nothing in life is permanent anyway. Trying to accept the impermanence of things. I've been listening to a Buddhism podcast, so I'm very okay with impermanence. Yeah, Edvard Munch painted on, or Munch painted on cardboard. Picasso painted on cardboard and napkins and, you know, all kinds of stuff. Now skeletons. They do kind of look like skeletons. They're tree skeletons. Ooh, I like those. We do need a little bit more of a... Bye, Debbie. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, hey, son, if you fall asleep, it's okay. I understand. I need a little bit more of a reflection under there because my trees are more than what I had anticipated. So I'm not drawing the trees again. I'm just putting the color on and streaking it, and that's it. There we go. Oh my, I really like those trees. Night, Sylvie. We will do the next one of these earlier on a Saturday, I promise. Now I think this is dry, so I just dunked into some solid white, and I'm just barely dashing some across. My brush is barely touching. And the paint is wearing off as I'm coming forward, which is fine because the fracture of the moonlight would kind of be fading a bit as it came forward. You guys are grape juice plus in it. I'm not even grape juice plus in it. Of course, it's not even 5 o'clock. It's too early for grape juice plus. All right. Now I'm going to use black because now I'm going to do my foreground. Fuzzbird just dunked into the black. Oh, I think I'm going to transition into Payne's Gray here. I know that that probably seems kind of pointless, that Payne's Gray and Mars Black, they're both dark, but trust me, you will be able to see a difference. Even if you can't, like, see a difference, like, visually with your eyes point out, you will be able to tell. It will create a different look. So what I'm going for here is the ground kind of, you know, we've got our like higher ground over here, but then it kind of comes back down and wraps around, and this part transitions out into this area. So rather than being like a band of earth right here, kind of moves around into this, into the distance there. Hi, Lisa. You did miss a lot. That's okay, though. You can always rewind it. You know, I thought I wanted to put at least a close tree right here, but I don't think I want to. But I might have something else. So I'm going to put a little bit of white in my paint. Oh, you guys can't even see that. A little bit of white in my Payne's Gray. A little bit of water. We'll start, like I said, transitioning this from the background into the foreground. Just little spots of that color through there. Very small brush strokes because it's distant. Stick a tiny bit more white in there. Lighten it up a little bit more. Just some little highlights. Maybe they're rocks, maybe they're grasses, maybe they're alligator faces. I don't know. I hope they're not alligator faces. The brush wants what the brush wants. It's true, man. You know, sometimes the best laid plans, right? You get what you get. And it's just easier to accept it. I don't know what's going on over here. Maybe Fuzzbert's not the right brush for this area. Lisa, you are the winner of our hearts. Bye, Michelle. Give your pup a hug for us. Yep. That's the best way to go, man. I love it when my painting says, I like what you're doing here, but I want to do this instead. I usually just am like, okay, cool, go for it. It's easier than fighting it, you know. Back onto my round. Yeah, I think I like that better. A little bit more control over what I'm doing. Fuzzbert's great at many things, but giving me control is not one of them. All right. We had something weird happen here, so there. Just a little black scribble over top of it, and now it's gone. Let's do that white again. So I kind of like that. Just little highlights of something or other in here. Who knows what's in there? And then a black. And just the tip of the brush kind of scumble over it. Just breaks it up and says maybe there's some grasses or, you know, whatever in there. Oh, I wanted to finish up the moon somehow. I'm way worse than you. What did I do that was worse? What did I do? I have no idea what I did. Thanks, guys. I'm really enjoying it. I'm pretty happy with it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of this yellow. That's going to be too much. I just want to have flavor of it. Some white. Nice and bright, but see just a tiny flavor of that yellow. A little extra water because cardboard. Maybe even more white than that. That tiny, tiny flavor, that suggestion of yellow is going to be obvious against the blue sky, I promise. I'm just going to take that and kind of tap it into here. Get that nice and bright right there in the middle. I really like it. And it's interesting because I don't typically put the subject of focus that far out in the distance. So that was kind of unique for me to do. So our subject is kind of that little cluster and the moon, obviously, but they're connected because of the light that's shining from the moon onto the sides there. And there are some little drippy bits. You can see the colors better if I hold it up there, but you can see the details better if I have it here. See the little drippy bits in the trees? I like those trees a lot. Here, I'll hold it up close so you can see them. That's as close as I can get. There. Oh, that's kind of fun. Gives us a little tilt shift effect. And our moon. And everything is so dark and creepy, but bright and eerie. I like it. I like it a lot. Good. Yeah, I'm glad that you like that. And I love that I can still see little bits of the brown from the cardboard through there. I really like that. And I like the texture of the cardboard showing. Sam, it's really, I mean, there's a little bit of practice that goes into that, you know, knowing about brush pressure and things like that. But really, I think what it takes to paint like this is confidence. And, you know, not confidence like, I know what I'm doing and I'm going to make an amazing painting, like false confidence, you know, but real confidence. And for me, I find that well of confidence when I say, I really don't care. It's just a piece of cardboard, you know, I'm just going to play and have some fun and see what happens. And when I can say things like that, I take pressure off myself. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't matter at that point if my painting ends up being junk, because I went into it with no expectations, saying, it's okay. If this painting turns out crappy, I have a million pieces of cardboard I have to get through anyway. And, you know, being confident with your brush strokes. Man, Fuzzbird doesn't look like this by accident. He looks like this because I like to just scribble and scrub. Because when I scribble and scrub, I take a little bit of control away from myself. You know what I need to do? Because it looks weird. I painted over these trees that went above the horizon when I did the sky. So I want to put those back in real quick. But, you know, scribbling like that, I don't just do it because I think it's going to make you guys like feel uncomfortable and or that you're going to be impressed with me. Look, she can scribble and it still looks good. That's not why I scribble. You know, I scribble because, like I said, it takes control away, and I get a little bit more of, you know, an organic type experience. It's painting for the sake of the action, not the sake of the finished product. So I want you guys to scribble. Just scribble. You don't have to like it at the end. Those clouds are amazing. Thank you. It's just scribbling. I had the sky color on my brush. I picked up a little bit of white and I went, and that's it. That's all I did. I actually didn't even intend to make clouds there. I was just going to have the whole sky be dark. But I accidentally picked up too much white and I was like, okay, it's clouds. There. Just scribble it in there and there you go. Save the details, save the fine brushwork for things that you really want to show off. And the things I really wanted to show off here was kind of the sparkle on the water, maybe the center of the moon, and then the reflections on these trees. I wanted these trees to show off. That's where I put my attention. Everything else is just scribbling. Yes, confidence. Oh, the avocado pudding. I forgot to give you guys that, didn't I? I don't know it off the top of my head. But, yeah, I need to get you that. I will get you that. I promise. I will post that when I post this, I'll take a photo of this and post it, and I'll put the avocado pudding recipe in there. It's pretty easy. You just need like one of those, the things, the hand mixer. I don't know what it is, with the two things. Oh, Cindy, no, don't say nope. Don't say it, because I don't like avocado. Like, to just eat avocado by itself, ugh, it tastes like eating grass. It's yucky. But the chocolate pudding, it's so good. Yummy, yummy, yummy. It's the best. I love my little, it's not really a swamp, is it? It's just like a creepy night lake scene. Oh, he's lovely. I kind of want to work something up like that for a video, but I promised you guys I wouldn't give away your videos. But maybe if I do it a little bit different and I don't do it on cardboard, and, you know, would that be okay? If I stole your video. Bye, Sam. Thanks for hanging out with us. Okay, for those of you who weren't here, I will show you next week's painting again. And, ooh, it could, huh, Jennifer? I'll ask Vince what he thinks. I'll show you next week's painting again, and then I'm going to go work on editing because I have like 4 hours of video footage to get through. So, ta-da! This will be on Tuesday. I don't know how to hold it again so that you can see it. Where is it? Right there. I don't know. I hope you guys like it. Yeah, so I'm going to go edit that and get that out to you guys. And I need to get a photograph of this. Oh, I didn't sign it. I got to sign it real quick. I'm going to sign it in white because I ain't scared to have it show. And yeah, I think I'll take a picture of this and put it on Instagram, and I'll tag you guys in it. Well, I'll use the Patreonster hashtag. So, and if you guys paint this, I want you to post it, please, and use the Patreonster hashtag. And yeah. All right. Well, maybe Vince will use this one for his shadows. And that'll be interesting. Our first non-watercolor. Yeah. Yay! Yay! I love hanging out with you guys. You guys always make me feel so happy. You guys are my besties, and I appreciate it. So, okay, I'm gonna go work on editing next week's video. Because it's going to be a beast, and I will talk to you guys soon. And I think, yeah, we are doing another live next week. It will be with everybody, with the 5+ everybody, and it will start our color theory, or our color mixing. So, okay, bye everybody. I love you all, and I know I'm still there. Okay, bye.